All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening once again to all our drum bashers around the world. We're about to wrap up the round of 16 here with Mexico versus Switzerland. Yet another fairly closely seeded match between a North American country and a European country. My name is Luminite. I have been here for a few hours now, but this time, instead of Yonkin, I'm with N-Wolf. Hello, N-Wolf, yet again. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm excited for this match. My script for the previous match had a minor flaw, which made the entire script invalid, so we didn't get a tiebreaker. So I'm excited to get a tiebreaker now. How about you?
You know, I would love to not see a tiebreaker. You know, I'd love my Mexico boys to be able to secure this win easily and nicely instead of avoiding the tiebreaker. But I will say, as a professional commentator, you always gotta hope for the tiebreaker deep down.
Yes. And we have our first step towards the tiebreaker, which is Mexico banning Hard Rock 1. Honestly, a good ban against Switzerland for Mexico. Switzerland is just a stronger team for Hard Rock.
Yeah, so it's such an interesting case to be commentating the Mexican match, as I've established myself to be probably one of the biggest fans of the Mexican team in taiko and in catch. But I actually got the privilege of playing with Agamalpa, debatably one of Mexico's star players in the 4 Digital World Cup. That was fun. We definitely did a lot. I think that Agamalpa's rank is not suggestive of his skill. So I'm hoping to see some good plays from him and the other Mexican players as well. I'm hoping to see them compete with Switzerland even if they lose. I'm hoping to see a good competition. I'm hoping to see a good reputation and a good reputable match for my homeland.
And I do think we will have a good match. And Switzerland banned No More 2, which I predicted would have been a good pick for Mexico if it, well, wasn't banned. So now it won't be a good pick for Mexico. There's lots of other maps left though, don't worry.
Yeah, there's lots of other maps.
Meanwhile, Switzerland starts with Fremont 1, something which is probably a very good pick for Switzerland, considering they used Hidden Hard Rock on their qualified Fremont and Mexico did not.
Yeah, so Fremonts are always... It's always interesting with Fremont because you can look at a country's past performances on it and determine what they may or may not pick, or whether we expect their roster to be over-modding or under-modding. But like you said, there's actually a bit of an advantage to one team over the other, so, you know, we're just gonna have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I think Switzerland has the necessary confidence to be able to pull it off. But that's also important because we do need Switzerland to win 4 points, while Mexico wins 4 points to get that tiebreaker.
And Wolf does not care what teams he's watching, he just wants to see tiebreaker.
Listen, it's the final match of the weekend.
We could be watching Japan versus, like, I don't know, New Zealand, and he's gonna be like, alright, so New Zealand's gonna get 4 points on Japan, just trust.
Okay, but New Zealand last year was also an epic team, everyone's the people's champion. Much
True,
like
so
Turkey
true.
is this year, I think. Or Estonia, but Estonia didn't qualify.
They got close, though. They did get kind of close.
They did. So, next year, people's champion Estonia. 2025. I'm ready.
I don't know if I'm ready, N-Wolf, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Because this is a losers bracket match, so I might have to say goodbye to one of my teams. And, you know, I don't know how I feel about that, buddy. I really don't know.
Don't worry. It will be fine. No matter how much this goes, it will be a banger match. And I have been absolutely bamboozled by past performances. Or by overmodding. I'm open to anything that happens now. We have 2 hidden hard rocks from Mexico with a hidden. And only 1 hidden hard rock with Switzerland's side. So
wow, okay,
they have a mod advantage.
Yeah,
and they also have a massive score advantage at the moment.
Oh boy.
Max Missile had a struggle. I don't know what their struggle was, but it very clearly shows in the score. But hey, it's only the start of a map. There's lots of evil things in this map, especially in the at around 2/3 mark. So let's see how this goes.
Yeah, and you know, Mexico is right now down about 75,000 points, but they do have a mod advantage, so should they be able to stabilize and just maintain that consistency, they might be able to just continue to chip away at that Switzerland lead, just in case they find any 100s or any drops as well.
We did see that 3 people dropped at the same point. 2 from Mexico, 1 from Switzerland. It wasn't the hidden hardrock player, it wasn't Nakarin, who is still holding a 99% accuracy hidden hardrock score, which is Switzerland's biggest advantage they have right now. But Czech's close behind.
Yeah, Max Missile starting to stabilize as Nakarin finds a miss, but not a huge miss. His accuracy is still above 99%.
Yeah, it will probably lessen the gap a little bit, assuming accuracy stabilizes Mexico's side, but it won't swing the lead over just yet.
Oh, Hevon's gonna find a miss though here. We're coming into the last few moments of the map here. Tekka and Hevon both struggling here with that 1-6 burst there. So it looks like a comfortable pick for Switzerland to open up the match.
Yeah, Taiko World Cup, the only full combo left in the lobby with a hard rock, but a 99% accuracy hard rock, which is a good score to have alongside Nakarin's solid hidden hard rock performance to keep Switzerland well in the lead, even with Nekotaul's miss.
Yeah, so as we come out with the match, Mexico with the mod advantage was struggling a little bit. Something may have happened hardware-wise, software-wise with Max's client, but that is going to cost them the point if so. 135,000 point difference here. But luckily, it is Switzerland's pick, so Mexico does have the chance to respond with a point of their own.
Indeed. And I wonder where they're going. Last week, Mexico, I think lots of people were a little bit surprised, potentially, by the Nobot 1 victory against China. So potentially we could see that type of map. Maybe not this Nobot 1 because it's very different.
Yeah. I will say that I do think I was interested and intrigued by the surprise for the Mexico victory on Nomad 1. Maybe it's because having played with a number of the Mexican players, I would say Nomad is probably tends to be our most comfortable ground, because mods tend to be a little bit different. You know, you just saw us. I'm speaking us like I'm actually part of the Mexican country, but you know, mods did tend to be a little bit more difficult. I'm definitely not surprised. This is what I was leading to. I'm not surprised to see the Freeman pick here. No mod is definitely probably our best mod bracket, so to speak, even though there's no mod involved in it at all.
Hey, if you excel at Nova, that's at least 4 maps in your favor. So that brings you to tiebreaker. Just okay, I will stop. I promise I will stop. That was the last time. Instead, let's enjoy this bang of a song.
Yes, you mean, you know, it's so great too. And Wolf, you and I have been around in the taiko community for so long now. You a little bit more than I, but Breedman is such a throwback to like 2016, 2015. I mean,
oh, it's even older than that.
Yeah, I know it is. It is, right? It is so much older than that, because when I first joined the OC community, it was 2015. So, and it was already well known before I came along. So,
yeah, like not just
what a nice throwback.
Like the Taiko map, obviously by quote H123. very well-known mapper from those days.
Yes.
As well as the standard map being by vv2107105. Also a name you probably heard of if you're from, well, a few years ago.
If you know from Scarlet Rose, I believe they are the mapper of that as well.
Indeed.
Man, oh man, I miss the old days. I don't know if I miss them. I want to bring them back.
Well, we can bring the songs back.
Yeah, that's as good as we can do.
I had somewhat of a free choice for mapping, and I had a choice between bringing a featured artist, which we didn't have this year so far, or this, and I chose this. In either case, it would have been a rate up song, so that was always going to happen.
What was your reaction to me saying I couldn't be sure if this was your map or not because the background was not a furry background?
Lots of people weren't sure if this was actually a custom, but it's very, very much different from how Quote mapped it. Like in that time, you didn't map songs as densely as this.
Yeah, that's true.
You simply didn't. Ooh, some early misses from Nekotal there, giving Mexico quite a neat early advantage.
Yeah, this is their pick, so hopefully they're going to be able to maintain the consistency regardless. As Nekotal finds even more misses, hopefully this is going to be their chance to show their consistency.
And Taiko also finding this, and this is quite an early big lead now. Like, obviously this can still flip over. We've seen that happen in another very close match. But it's a free, very full combo for Mexico versus a 3 times miss from Switzerland. And with the first key eyes section ending, and Switzerland only slowly recovering the score lead. Oh, Hivan finding a miss. That's a first one for Mexico, but Switzerland beats way more misses from Mexico's side. There's some funny patterns.
And I'm scared to say anything. I'm scared to say anything about Mexico. I'm scared.
Fear not.
I'm gonna let you do the talking here.
Fear not. There is a massive combo and accuracy advantage currently on Mexico's side, so they would need more than random drops on these patterns, and no one finds a miss on the funny DDD KK pattern. However, Nekotal does find multiple misses as we are going through this KI section. And this is a firm victory for Mexico, almost a 150,000 score lead.
Vamos Mexico! Vamos Mexico! Let's do it!
And that is not a sweep! We have secured the not a sweep.
Yeah, that really is the theme of the weekend. Is we're watching every match to see, is this gonna be a sweep or not?
Yes, and I think yesterday's matches were just cursed because there were roughly half the matches yesterday could have so easily not been sweeps, but well, as we know, they were. Except for Canada versus Chile, and that also depends on where you live. For me, that was midnight, so that belongs into Sunday.
Alright, Switzerland sparing no time at all. Gonna go jump right into free mod 2. Gonna clear out the free mod bracket ASAP.
And I could definitely understand that after their free mod 1 performance, which was about as dominant as this normal 3 performance was in Mexico's favor. So it will be interesting to see if Mexico's going with the same strat on their side. I assume Switzerland will do the same thing they just did. Nakaran hidden hard rock, a hard rock and a hidden on their team. But I would be surprised if Mexico goes double hidden hard rock again.
I don't think we're going to see double hidden hard rock again from Mexico. I think we're going to see one hidden hard rock at most, although I'm even hesitant to say we will see a hidden hard rock. This is an interesting pick. You know, we've seen over the weekend, this is the last match, so we've seen people struggle on hard rock. With the SV, we've seen people struggle on hidden with the slow section, so this really is going to be interesting, specifically in who is going to pick what mod, if there's going to be a mod advantage at all. So given that, again, like you said, when Switzerland picked it, it makes sense that Switzerland's going to pick free mod 2 again, but it is quite a bit different than free mod 1.
Indeed. Free mod 1, especially that 1/6 bursty section, a bit after the half mark, very difficult for hard rock, which we have seen with, well, lots of players dropping there. This map is more consistent in its patterns, but VSV is more of a struggle for both mods. I might be wrong on Switzerland's players, by the way. With I might, I mean I am. We also see Agamalpa instead of Taiko on Mexico side.
Yeah, Agamalpa. I played in a tournament with him, as I said before. He is quite a strong player. Definitely one you don't want to underestimate. So it's nice to see him stepping in. Hivon going no mod at all. So a slight mod advantage to Switzerland as they're running triple hard rock against double hard rock on the Mexican side.
Hidden is gone. Which is weird because both hidden maps are actually open to pick for both teams. But considering we're not seeing hidden on this map at all, that might give you an idea as to what will happen to Mario and Luigi. You might forget about them. Stuck in Luigi's Mansion or something.
Whenever we see a no mod in a free mod pick, it begs the question, is the player who's doing this confident enough to maintain that FC? Agamalpa unfortunately dropping here as we head into the first key eye, so it's going to give Switzerland a bit of a lead here, about 30,000 points for now.
Yeah, but Colombo traded, and Colombo and Agamalpa have a similar accuracy at the moment, so not a lot to gain for Switzerland there. Neko Towel and Taiko World Cup are both ahead of Max Basilvo, and Hivan with Inoma just found a miss on Mexico's side.
Statistically, that miss is going to be the one that weighs the least against Mexico, but at the same... Oh, Nekotao finding a miss as well, though. So Taiko World Cup and Max Mill both fighting each other, but Taiko World Cup has the higher accuracy at about 99%, Max Mill about 97.5%. That's going to get Switzerland a pretty comfortable accuracy lead as we head to the last third of the map.
There's a bit more than a 60,000 score lead at the moment, which 60,000 is the score advantage Switzerland has by default at most, if everyone assumes double S. We are not close to anyone double S-ing. Taiko World Cup being the closest with the only 99% accuracy in the lobby. Mexico needs Switzerland to simply struggle with this final section to be able to take this breakpoint.
Yeah, unfortunately, the only person that's going to find a miss so far is Hivan again. Everyone else hitting that 1-6 transition perfectly well. We're going to head into the last seconds of the map. I don't think Mexico's going to be able to recover the point differential here, especially as Agamalpa finds another miss.
Yeah, it looks unlucky. Colombo did find another drop, but it's still a 100,000 score lead for Switzerland, taking their second point. And it is back to Mexico being able to pick a map. And I do wonder if they're just going to go with double time too, considering how no mod 3 went.
Uh-huh.
A bit of a different type of speed map, but it's still a speed map.
Yeah, Mexico had an impressive showing there on Freedman, so I would actually expect to see a bit of emphasis towards the double time now. And that could give them an advantage on DT2 for sure, and maybe even DT1. But the accuracy does not seem to be in the favor of the Mexicans as far as, at least as far as we base it on free mod. So it's very nuanced where Mexico can go with confidence.
They probably need to go where Switzerland is not confident, which definitely was Friedman. That was not a confident performance. While it was from Mexico. And ooh, we got going no mod 1, which I can also see as a sensible pick in this case. Like, that has a lot of speed-ish sections as well. A lot of tech, a lot of speed, and tech was banned by Switzerland, which is basically the first third of the song is tech, then you have speed, then you have no mod 1. But no mod 1 is only the last quarter of the map. The rest is not no mod 1. If that makes sense. And Switzerland commenting, they expected this pick.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, it's a mix of... I think that this is probably one of the most variety picks you can get in the definition of variety. Because our expectation of variety is the last part of the map, like you said, but everything before it is like skill sets we pick up from different no mods, or we pick up from different free mods, or even mod picks. So this is truly just like the definition of variety times 2.
This is basically what you could categorize what sometimes or what TWCs had as wildcard map, while keeping no mod 1 as the consistency pick. Consistency has moved to other slots this pool. This is definitely, as you said, pure variety. Variety. Why are words difficult? Who invented them?
Well, English is a dumb language, so...
So true. This is now a German-Mexican stream.
We will only speak Spanish or German from now on.
Imagine if we still managed to hold a conversation.
That would be crazy, just as it's crazy as for Nakarin to find the first miss here. And not only the first miss, but another one now.
And also the other players on the Swiss side, once again, losing more accuracy than the Mexican players. So there's a combo and accuracy advantage, even though that's slowly going away. Let's go back and forth. Nakarin did stabilize now. Finding misses on the doublets. Hiva did find misses earlier. And now so did Tekka, Nekotao, and Nakarin, and everyone's missing except Max Missile and Taiko World Cup with 2 full combos. The one full combo.
Not anymore.
As we enter the speed section. And the speed section only took Tekka out this time. Taiko World Cup.
Tiger World Cup ...
The final full combo remaining, but it's very close.
Vamos Mexico! Vamos Mexico!
Nekotao finding misses on the DK section here. I'm interested to see if anyone will miss because they're trying to hit the finishers. Coming up in a second. Max Missile finding drops beforehand.
We're nearing the end of the section now. Mexico with about a 30,000 point lead. Looks like we're gonna go back to 2-2. Maintaining probably one of the most competitive matches again. Luckily, I have the privilege of being here.
This is the first match this week where the first 4 maps were won by the team picking them. So we are up in a 2-2 situation. That means Switzerland is at least getting both their remaining picks for the match. If Mexico finds a win, and Switzerland finds a win, Mexico gets also their second pick. Well, that's something else to discuss. But at the very least for Switzerland, their benefit is if they win this pick and the breakpoint, they have a final pick. And they're the higher seed here, so going by seeding, they have better odds. But that doesn't mean anything, because Mexico so far has shown a good normal performance especially. And we have 2 normals open still. One of them is a gimmick. We don't quite know how the teams are going to feel about that. Switzerland wants a break and they are picking Hidden 2.
Do they want a break or do they want to play Hidden 2?
I do think this is good for Switzerland because they performed incredibly well on the qualifiers hidden map compared to Mexico.
Every point in this match is so important, especially as the match goes longer and longer. I mean, this is hopefully we've seen this ping pong back to Switzerland to hit the ping. Hopefully they hit the ping, because if they don't hit the ping, then Mexico's gonna get the pong. You know what I'm saying?
That is right. And you don't want your final pick to be at a 4-2 disadvantage.
You don't want the enemy team to hit the pong before the ping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm really dedicated to this ping pong analogy.
Luigi has been renamed to Lewis. I can't contribute more, so I have to read their chat. And Luigi has been renamed to Lewis.
Otra vez, vamos a decir, vamos México, vamos México, todos por favor. You understand, right, Wolf? Yeah.
Yeah. Right now we have the higher SV section, which should give everyone some common accuracy to work with. Because when the map slows down and adds streams to the slowing down, it will be hard to keep up, and we find the first miss on Max Missile from Mexico.
Yeah, it's gonna give a slight advantage. Oh, that slight advantage is gonna grow a little bit more as we get a little bit longer, especially as they continue to find misses. Switzerland getting a lot of room for Mexico to catch up in the room of accuracy, but Max is finding a lot of misses here.
Yeah, it's resting a lot on Tekka and Hivan right now for the Mexican side, while Switzerland, okay, they did just land their first drop, but they have more to work with Nakarin at 99.6% accuracy, full combo, and Colombo at 98%.
Si estás viendo este partido, muchas gracias por sus I don't know how to say compliments, pero muchas gracias. And Wolf, the translation was, if you're watching this, thank you for the compliments. We have a lot of people speaking Spanish saying that we're really good casters, so make sure you send your thanks for those compliments.
Dankeschön.
All right, Max is really struggling with this pick. It's gonna give the Switzerland's a huge lead, but Hevon and Tekka holding fairly strong. It's just Max is really struggling with this map.
If it basically just missing a third player on the same level as Hivan or Tekka. Tekka actually the highest score in the lobby right now, with Nakarin having found a miss. And Kolamore's full combo being a bit low accuracy between Tekka and Hivan. But unless something catastrophic happens to Switzerland, this seems to be comfortably in their hands. Fair point.
Yeah,
and Hivan does
especially,
fight this.
yep. Neko's gonna trade it though, but it's not gonna change much. Although that score gap is gonna decrease quite a bit to under 100,000 now.
Nakarin and Nekotal found a few longer misses, but there's about to be not enough map left for Mexico to be able to catch up at all. And this is precisely what is happening. Third pick for Switzerland and their third point. Now Mexico has to answer. And this is an important pick for them. If they lose this, Switzerland can take the victory on their own pick.
Uh-huh. So this is really important. Mexico has been able to answer twice now with their own pick. So they're looking for the chance to do it a third time so that they can hopefully secure themselves another pick and bring this to tiebreaker, assuming they don't break a point on Switzerland. So this is honestly maybe the single most important point of the match thus far.
It's definitely equally important to get your first point as Mexico, but I would agree. This is a very important point to get. If they do get this point, they also get to pick one more map, which will be the deciding map between a tiebreaker and not a tiebreaker, if they win this. I promised to not bring that up again. But, I lied.
Toma tu tiempo, Mexico, por favor. Okay, they're gonna pick Nomad 5.
I kinda figured I saw this coming. I'm not sure. I don't have much to go off to be confident how this is going to go.
Here's what I think. I think that this could be a good idea because the BPM is a little bit higher, so they might feel a little bit more confident, especially on a no mod pick. And then if Mexico is able to secure this pick, they have double time 2, a speed pick that they have definitely shown to be better than the Swiss on. And all they need after that is one more pick. So this is actually, as I said before, this is a ridiculously important point for the Mexicans.
Indeed. They just really have to stay strong and hope Switzerland just finds too many misses, similar to the other normal maps. I think that's what their goal is.
Alright, here we go. Otra vez vamos a decir, vamos México, por favor. Tócalo ahí, no sé, abajo, por favor, tócalo abajo. Vamos México, sí se podemos.
I'm hearing that you are cheering on Mexico and you're excited. I think I got the gist. That's about it.
That's all that's important.
That is what's important.
I'm not fluent in Spanish. I do my best, but thank you for being so kind to me.
We're waiting in suspense for the map to start. Is this a long map? 3.5 minutes of pure nerfs. We see a switch on the Mexican side. Agamalpa returns. And here we go.
All right, a very important pick for the Mexican team. We're going to see how this fares out. If they win this pick, they definitely have a number of places to go to compete against Switzerland to bring this to tiebreaker. So this is going to be very important for the Mexican team.
This is going to be absolute a nerves check at this point. And we see an early job for Neko Tower, but that probably won't matter in the grand scheme of things. We have 3 intense KI sections packed with streams. Not difficult streams, but they're packed with streams, and if you miss on those in an inopportune moment, you might find a lot of misses or a lot of 100s, and that could swing the lead so far to the opposite side that you can't get it back.
I mean, here we go into some of the denser sections. We have these long streams. Mexican players, especially Hiva, oh no, not even picking up 100s, but even a miss. That's going to give the lead to Switzerland. We definitely need to pick that deficit up, but we have 3.5 minutes of an entire map to go here, so there's definitely time for the Mexicans to recover.
Thankfully, that miss wasn't as I just described. It was more singular. So it wasn't a catastrophic miss. They're only slightly behind the other players. Nakarin almost holding the double S, by the way, with Taiko World Cup at 99.5% accuracy. So that is good for Switzerland, while Agamalpa misses. So that gives Switzerland... Nakarin's drop there was a bit bigger, but so was Agamalpa, so they traded out. Neko Tower missing.
Agamalpa holding about 96.5% accuracy, finding even more misses now. Nakarin stabilizing after his miss at 99%. We definitely don't want to see a break point here. That's gonna make it a lot harder for the Mexicans to keep this equal. The Switzerland will be in the driver's seat for their match point, but they're up about 30,000 points now.
Yeah, and the issue is Switzerland probably has dominant picks in their hand. Like, Hidden 1 could be the winning map, or Nomad 4. I think that is also something that's going to be comfortable for Switzerland. So what we need to see, if we want Mexico to get that 3rd point, is for Switzerland to have very unfortunate misses on these streams now.
Unfortunately, the only person so far finding a miss is going to be Agamalpa, but it's going to be found out by Nekotal, but he's not going to get a big miss. Just a small one, so he's going to maintain his high accuracy. That's going to give Switzerland a really good chance. Oh!
That is!
That was a big miss from Neko right there. It might not be enough, though, especially as he's stabilizing yet again. Agamalpa's accuracy still underneath Neko's.
And that was probably just too many misses on Mexico's side. Which, yes, Switzerland will take this 4th point. Even though Taiko World Cup plus a full combat at the very end. This is Switzerland's 4th point, and it's Switzerland's pick. They can take the match home now. Taika did get the best score in the lobby. So yeah, it was just Agamalpa and Hivan struggled too much.
Yeah, Taika with the only FC of the lobby. Quite a respectable play, but the Swiss are outscoring them accuracy-wise. A 99.25 from Taika World Cup, 99.17 from Nakarin. Neko struggling a little bit more, but still being able to edge out the Mexican team a little bit. That's really good. That's really what put them over the edge here. And now they're in the driver's seat for their match point. The last match of this weekend, the round of 16. We have 4-2. Favors Switzerland. Switzerland being able to pick Mexico's gonna need a break point here to tie it up and bring this to tiebreaker. We've had no tiebreakers thus far for this round of 16. I've heard amazing things about the tiebreaker from the chat, from mappers, from players. We want to see the tiebreaker. So this is the Mexican's chance to satisfy the taiko community. Switzerland is gonna go with Hard Rock 2 for it.
That is surprising, if I may say so.
Tell me why, Wolf. Tell me what you thinking, buddy? What's going on in that brain of yours?
Well, I thought Hidden won. After that, I thought Hidden 2 was a very clear win for Switzerland. So if they felt like it and it's an easier map mechanically, they could have probably taken Hidden 1. This map is probably also in Switzerland's favor, but it can be taken by Mexico. That is my thought.
Well, I will say I think that this is definitely a pick that's decent on the side of Switzerland. You know, Mexico does tend to struggle a little bit more with Hard Rock, I think, above all the other picks, or all the other mods per se, based on my experience playing with them. So I think that this is definitely one of the safer, in quotes, picks that the Swiss can pull out. But if the Mexicans have been playing this map, especially at a almost a neutral BPM of 210, despite the SV changes, I do think that this is something that is possible for both teams to struggle with a decent bit, and it might really be a toss-up. But the advantage definitely has to go to the Swiss. Based on not only seeding, but off the fact that they played it, that they picked it, rather.
Yeah, and Mexico did ban Hard Rock 1 after all. So that, and we've seen in free mod, Switzerland does have more confidence when it comes to Hard Rock. I'm still not confident this was the best pick Switzerland could have made, but. And I hope I'm proven otherwise, because, well, then Switzerland would take their 5th point and finish the match. I also hope that I'm correct, for reasons I've promised not to mention again.
All right, I've gotten requests from the chat, so of course I'm gonna do it. Let's go, otra vez, por favor. Vamos México, vamos México. Si se podemos. I don't know if that's how you say that. If it's not, I'm sorry.
We see a massive accuracy lead for Switzerland right now. There's no other way to put it. Tekka and Junkie track under 95%.
All right, so far, one of the longer maps of our pool. We have 3.5 minutes. So far, the Swiss are off to about a 60,000 point lead. The Mexicans falling behind a little bit. Tekka and Junkie in the 94%. Max finding a miss. Junkie 2 finding a miss. That's going to give the Swiss a pretty decent score lead. But we have a lot of map to go here.
We do already have almost 140,000 score lead, and I was definitely wrong about doubting Switzerland, and sadly I was right about the fact that if Switzerland is in a 4-2 situation, they can pick something more dominant than Mexico could have. But it is not over until it's over. No matter how dire the situation looks.
Yeah, Tekka finding a miss, so is Junkie Tracks. It's going to extend that Swiss lead to almost 200,000 points now. And we're about halfway through the map. This is going to be a lot for Mexico to overcome. We're really going to have to look for huge Swiss misses, but the only miss so far coming from Tekka yet again.
As with the third key ends, Max Missile finding another miss. None of the Mexican players are above the combo cap. Colormore and Taiko World Cup still have a full combo going with 97, 98% accuracy. Almost 98 and 99, respectively. 300,000 score difference. This is an incredibly dire situation.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for Mexico to come back here, especially as Tekka is finding yet again another miss. But the Swiss players all playing phenomenally well. Taiko World Cup, Kolammer, both holding fantastic combos at a very high accuracy. Nakura not holding the full combo, but they're holding a phenomenal accuracy as well. Definitely just seems like they just have the advantage on the Mexicans here.
Colormore does find a drop, but yeah, I think everything has been said. Taiko World Cup dominating the entire lobby. Nakura not far. Never mind, Nakura missed. Nakura still not far behind, but Taiko World Cup definitely highest accuracy, highest combo, only full combo. Securing the win for Switzerland, a 5-2 victory. It was very close to be a longer match. No mod 5 decided that it shouldn't be. And unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to Mexico. But what a match that was to close out the round of 16. I think both teams did a good job here.
That was an amazing match. I mean, I'm so proud of all the Mexican players. They did a great job. I'm so proud of them, but the Swiss did a fantastic job. They had so many good plays, such consistency. They were able to outmaneuver the Mexican strategy, but they did put up a good fight. And I gotta say, well played to Switzerland, and I'm hoping to see great things from them going forward. They're moving on to the quarterfinals. That's a huge feat for Switzerland. So congratulations for Switzerland here. But como siempre, te amo a México y muchas gracias a todas las personas que me apreciaron.
I agree.
I didn't say that last word correctly, but I'm sure they understood what I'm trying to say.
I hope so. I imagine they did. I can't judge that. But this does mean we know all the matches for quarterfinals, which also features 2 matches if you're a lower bracket team. Beginning with this match, Philippines is the team that Switzerland has to face. Just to finish that up, Switzerland's next opponent are the Philippines, which I think is going to be another close match like this one was, and like last week's Switzerland match. Switzerland is not being left alone when it comes to incredibly tight matchups.
Well, that wraps up our round of 16 weekend. We're done now, and we're gonna head into the quarterfinals map pool showcase in about 12 minutes, I believe, just so that we can start on a good note. But that was an exciting weekend. Yeah, we had a lot of 5-0s, but we also, especially today, we had a lot of more exciting matches, a lot more contentious face-offs between two countries that actually could compete against each other. And that only is going to get even more exciting as we get into the quarterfinals. We have a lot of matchups in the quarterfinals that are definitely destined to be contentious. So we will join you again in about 10, maybe 8 to 9 to 10 minutes. And I'll be back yet again. I'll be joined by one of our professional casters that you will meet. Not for the first time, but you will see him in just a few seconds. But thank you everyone so much for watching our round of 16 showcase. Not showcase, our round of 16 matches. Thank you for your support. I hope you've bought banners for the countries you support, because you can buy multiple banners at once now. So if you have your heart dedicated to a number of countries other than just one, please do feel free to show that country pride, show that mixed heritage pride. We will be back in a few minutes for the quarterfinal showcase. And until then, thank you, Envil, for joining me for this last match of the round of 16.
Thank you. Was a great match, and yeah, see you in 10 minutes.